It's a very big welcome from Lucerne. Yes, we're in Switzerland, Lucerne. We've had an enjoyable few days here up in the mountains, down on the water, and having a look around this old town. I'm currently outside the gates to the old station. Yes, the old station that burnt down in the 1970s, and they rebuilt it just beyond the gates. Where we're travelling today is we're now going to travel from the mountains up here in Switzerland and travel into Italy. But I'm not going to tell you exactly where we're travelling into Italy until later in the day. There are two trains we need to catch. One just across Switzerland to get the connector that will take us all the way down to where we're going in Italy. It's now time to go into that station behind us and board the train. So let's go and do that. And what a wonderful couple of days we've had here in Switzerland in the hills. And that's our platform there, platform 7. First stop is Arth-Goldau. Hopefully I've said that right, where we have to get off the train and then head into Italy. So platform 7 is where we need to go. The train's not in yet, but it will be shortly. And here comes our train. This should be an enjoyable ride. 30 minutes on this one when we get off, and then we head on a train down to Italy.
The first journey of the day took us from Lucerne to Goul. It was all about just looking out the window and admiring Switzerland's natural beauty.
Like a postcard, just spectacular. We've made it to Arth-Goldau here, and there's a bit of fog in the hills. It's very nice. The sun is out. Typical leaving Switzerland and the sun comes out. That is always my gopher. So if you ever come to Switzerland, it's overcast, you pretty much know I'm here. That brought us from Lucerne to here, Arth-Goldau. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, you'll let me know in the comments. Anyway, we've now got to wait here for about half an hour before we get another train into Italy, which is about 4 hours train ride to where we needing to go, where we're leaving the hills, and we're going to end up on the coast. There is a clue. This train's about to take off though. This is like a transport mecca. There's trams, trains, a bit of everything. Freight trains going through here. What a great little station. And once this freight train goes through, you'll be able to see the tram. Wow, this is a long freight train. And there's the little tram. So where are we going? We're going to Genova. Yes, on the Italian coastline. We're getting the 11:18 direct down there. We need to find ourselves platform 3. Now need to get our luggage, head to platform 3 for the train down to Genoa. Just check the board. Still there. And the ramp. Glad it's not those stairs behind me. Right, up the ramp we go. All red, don't know what all red means. All reserved. And then there's a bear on 5. On the train now on the way to Genoa, Genova, you know it, Italian, wherever it's down the end of the line.
The second journey today takes us from Gotthard in Switzerland all the way down to the Italian coast in Genoa. We also go through the Gotthard Tunnel, which is what we're currently travelling in right now, so there's nothing to show you out the window, so here's the map instead.
Video doesn't do this justice. This is absolutely spectacular. We've hit Italy now. We've got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours to go. We've hit Italy as we're now going through the countryside as we head our way down to Milan. Once we get to Milan, we continue on down to Genoa on the Italian coastline where we'll spend a few days.
On the wall?
The train we're on board today from Switzerland into Italy and all the way down to Genoa doesn't actually stop in Milan Central, the main train station in Milan. It stops at a suburban station about half an hour outside of the Milan train station. A lot of the passengers on board actually get off at this platform, and it became extremely empty after this stop. So on our trip down to Genoa, it was now time to explore the train.
These Swiss trains, they are different, very comfortable, very new, very clean. What they do have is the ups and downs. It's smooth, it's up and down. The first class is spacious, airy, very clean, very nice, very lit as well. But it's a rapid warranty walk from here down to the cafeteria, restaurant area. There are tables in the restaurant area. It is absolutely superb down there. They're very interesting trains. So a first class cabin. The train is empty out, so I thought let's actually do a real intense look at this first class cabin. If you're on your own, the right side of the train, you've got the single seats, a row of them. Seat 11 is the one you want, right at the back. You do get the window to yourself. Follows right through. In the middle, seats 21 and 22 are the single seats with a table in the middle. Good timing for a train to go past. Plenty of leg room on these first class carriages. It is unbelievable the amount of leg room that you do get. On the other side of the train, you have the 2x2s. Each 2x2 and single comes with a drop-down table and your drink holder, plus a rubbish bin, which is just here, where you can put your rubbish. All seats, the arms go up in first class, and as I said, the headrests with Velcro red that can come on and off. The double seats, again, exactly the same, with the fold down table. Now the seat at the back, just trying to see, is there power cable? Yes, there is. Power cables just under the armrest, and both European and Swiss power cables. 2x2s, and then the 2x2 4. So this is the 2x2 4 here. And you can see the table, this is the weird one with the 4s, because the table's only for the window seats. So if you get a window seat, you do get the fold down table, and the fold down table does go quite large. So it's a massive table, but the poor souls sitting there, they don't get any sort of table. So be warned on these trains, the 4x4s, like that, the non-window seats don't get a table. And then you've got the row of 3 2x2s, again, all with power cable, or all with power sockets, both European and Swiss, armrests, rubbish bins, you name it. It is step-free except this zone, which is the quiet zone. But again, luggage space at the entrances to each carriage. And you also got your upper storage as well. There is plenty of room in these carriages, and it's a very quiet ride. Very quiet, very smooth. We're going through the Italian countryside at the moment. It is countryside at the moment because we have been going through Milan. It's taken probably a good 40 minutes just to get through the Milan area, but now we are on our way down to Genoa, and it's time to enjoy this quiet carriage, this quiet train as we make our way down to the Italian coast. One thing the Swiss trains do is have a kids zone. and I've been waiting for the train to actually empty out, which it has since we've left Milan, and I thought we'll show you what it's like. It is a very colourful carriage. There is the pictures on the walls, there is decorations everywhere through the trains, funny looking characters, but very bright and vibrant train carriage this is. They've got 8 4-seaters. It is in a 2x2 configuration. On the tables themselves, they have lovely pictures and designs. As you see, the designs on the table for the kids to interact with, and the different types. So this one's a time machine, for example. What a great initiative. So cool. The kids' carriage, it's carriage 5 on this train, but there's so much in here that kids would love. Let's check out a second class seat while we're in the kids' zone. Soft, comfortable, pretty much like what we've had, just not as much leg room. They've all got tables on the seats. I'm just looking for power sockets. I don't see any. Yes, I do. There's the power sockets. And there's the headrest. What a cool little carriage. The kids zone. Also has a restaurant cart, and it's very spacious. Nice leather seats. But as you can see, massive tables. Perfect little spot to have a bite to eat or have a quiet drink as you look at the countryside of Italy. It's a station at the moment. Nice and comfortable, very quiet at the moment with no one on the train, which is very, very comfortable indeed. The table itself is massive. The menu is absolutely massive. It is available online via the QR code. They've got the normal croissant, sandwiches with a drink, dill, pretzels, normal drinks and normal food that you would imagine on one of these intercity trains. If you scan that on screen right now, that QR code, you'll be able to see that menu on your own device. We've left the mountains of the Swiss Alps and the Italian Lake Como area through Milan. We've now hit the plains on our way down. More trees. The seats do have a recline, which is fantastic. I've got it in a recline position at the moment. Now, to recline them, there's a little black metal bar underneath the chair. It's not in the most obvious spot, so I don't know how many people actually know about it, because I've gone up and down the train and had a look, and it probably looked like I'm a weirdo. I'm doing this to video, so why wouldn't I be? But it doesn't look like many people know about it. So where is it? It's below the seat, underneath, and you have to pull it when you're on it. So let's have a look. That there is your recline. It lifts up and you can see, push it back and it reclines back and it reclines forward. That's the bar. Now, it's not in the most obvious spot. If I flick this camera around, so that's the chair normally. There's the chairs. And you can see if you're at that height, you still can't see it. You've actually got to go right down below and you'll see the recline there. I'll put an arrow on the video so you can see it. But that's the recline of these chairs in first class. The recline's not too bad. Apart from that, these seats are absolutely fantastic.
Sie auszusteigen und verabschieden uns von Ihnen.
We're in the outskirts of Genoa. And here we are at Genoa. What an incredible journey down from the hills in Switzerland. We've arrived now on the coastline of Italy here in Genoa. That was a great journey on a very comfortable train. What a fabulous station to arrive at, Genoa. Absolutely brilliant. We've arrived actually on time. I say on time, we've actually arrived 3 minutes early. And that was just a sensational journey through the Swiss Alps into Italy and down here to Genoa, where we will be for the next few days. Stunning station. The weather is absolutely amazing too. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip, As I always say at this time of the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Love to hear what your thoughts are so far. We are travelling through Europe on the EURAIL passes, the global first class pass, on trains around Europe, and I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got one more trip to go, our final destination before we fly back to Australia, and that'll be coming up in a few days. Until then, goodbye. There is a recline on these chairs.